Peace world, it is your girl, the real Tony Hickman, and I am coming to y'all today from a park. If I have people behind me or they come, my children, it's just what it is because it is a Sunday and a lot of people are out here. But I wanted to talk to y'all today because I have been on my liquid journey, and I'm on my journey for a lot of things. A lot of reasons. But I live in a house with temptation, right? Because my mother eats, my son eats and cooks, right? And so to see what they cook and they still don't eat garbage, but they are not where I am, and that's okay. It's okay. But what I am finding is they are teaching me about mastering discipline. And it's just in liquids right now. That's where I'm getting a lesson from them. My mother is teaching me patience. My mother teaches me patience. My son and my mother teach me discipline in my diet and discipline in what I decide to do for myself. But sometimes when you learn discipline, that requires change in your thought process, but not just in your thought process, in your atmosphere. So there are many ways in which all of us can apply discipline. For me, it's a lot of ways I still need to focus on applying discipline in different areas of my life. But the liquids started that. The liquids make me look at every single thing I need to focus on that I have been ignoring, putting off, saying, oh, I don't have to deal with this now. I can fast forward till later. When the reality is, the reason I'm not dealing with it is because I am avoiding the concept that I have in my head of that reality coming to fruition, or whatever reality will come to fruition from that. And we have to learn to face our challenges, because that too is a part of discipline. Our challenges, our discipline means, or facing discipline is also facing our fears, facing the unknown and conquering it. Because if we're not dealing with what we think will be a challenge or an obstacle in our life, and we're practicing avoidance, then we are still dealing with a form of fear that has a lack of discipline. And so I have found that has been my situation. I've needed to focus on more discipline and order in my life in certain areas, but liquids always brings that out. So I'm not just on liquids because of I want to heal my body. Of course, that's one of the perks. But I am on liquids also because I want to heal my mind. I want to elevate my spirit. And practicing discipline in itself is heading toward, especially in diet, is heading toward that goal, because we acknowledge so many addictions in the world, but we don't acknowledge how much we're addicted to food. We could not even want anything to eat, and we go where somebody is cooking some good food and is like, let me taste. See, that's what just happened in my house. And my son had this amazing sandwich that he made, and I was just like, that really looks good. And I'm just watching it. I'm watching it. And as I'm watching it, he's like, I know you on your thing, but you want me to make you one? Because he would have. And I looked and I was like, no. But that's conquering the temptations. And so we have many temptations. We have many temptations in this world. We have the temptation of wanting to be lazy when we need to be stern and focused on our goals. We have the temptation of wanting to taste and eat in gluttony when we don't need to. We're not hungry. There's nothing that we want to eat. We have the temptation of taking the easy way out because it seems like that would be the easiest way to conquer it. But in reality, it's just going to make another mess because haste makes waste. So we need to conquer and do it correctly. We have all of these temptations that surround us, and it is our duty to be in the midst of the temptation and conquer it. So even within my household right now, that's how I deal with it. I conquer it by acknowledging the food, smelling the food, even purchasing the food, cooking the food. Now, I don't cook my favorite foods that I used to like to eat, that my family likes, because if I cook it, I might be tempted. So I don't want to do that, you know. But that's just like a crack addict putting themselves in a crack house and just saying, yeah, I'm going to watch it. We all are addicts of food. And until we master that discipline, then, you know, I have to monitor that accordingly. So, yeah, I just wanted to add all of that because I found these temptations, like even when my son was offering me to fix the food, I looked, and today is a day, like, I got a lot on my plate, but I didn't want to, I was practicing avoidance and, So, we conquer. We become conquerors. And, I think I was going in and telling y'all something. I done recorded this video so many times, so I don't know. But there's a video that I was about to record about meditation. I've been faithful to my meditation, and I'm not sure if I said that at the beginning of this, but I have been faithful to meditating every day, at least the minimum 5 minutes, but maximum 40. 40 minutes. But the more recent meditation I had, I was able to separate the soul from the flesh. And I cried. I cried because I realized how disrespectful the flesh is to the soul. And how the lack of obedience that we have to the soul. But to acknowledge that, I look forward to doing another long meditation and doing that again, because it's a profound feeling, and I suggest anybody to try that. Anybody who meditates to try separating when you're in meditation. Separate, like concentrating on your soul, on your energy spirit, on the governing body of this flesh, and talk to that. All right, peace.